fifth grade class of 2014. And graduating class of 2021. I thank you for your leadership this year. I thank you for being role models for our younger students. And whether you were a peer mediator or, as many of you did, led by example, it was greatly appreciated. So thank you.
Move it closer to you.
Thank you. All right, welcome parents, teachers in the class of 2014. After reading and grading your speeches, you gave me many wonderful ideas for my own. There are three groups of people here today that I would like to address. The interesting thing is I've been in each of these roles. I have been a fifth grade student, you know, like that. I'm a parent as well as a grandma, and I am a teacher. Parents, first I would like to thank you for being here to support and recognize your child today. I don't think that there is anything more important to your child than to have you here today on this very important milestone in their educational journey. I know how proud you are to see your student here. Like most parents, they're your baby. These visions of the first day of kindergarten are still fresh in your memory, and today you see your child all dressed up and looking years older, ready to make that journey to middle school. And some of you, it's bringing tears and jubilations, and for a few of you, it's bringing relief. As parents, that tear marks the end of your child looking up to you, knowing that you have all the answers to the fear that now as they head off to middle school, they won't need you and want you around. Your child is going to need you, and even though they are not going to say it or act like they do, they are going to watch you. I know your child appreciates it, and we appreciate it because you are one of the most important pieces to your child's success. The second group of people that I would like to thank is my fifth grade team, Michael, Claudia, Robin, Anne-Marie, Stephanie, and of course our principal, James. Without their guidance, humor, and friendship, this year would have been a tad bit overwhelming. The last 2 months of school is exhausting, from spaghetti dinner, rehearsals, preparing the yearbook, and all the end of the school activities. But most of all, trying to engage all the students and redirect them. We have given it all to let me try that again. We have given it our all to fill the achievement gaps when needed and challenge students to go further than they thought they could go or even want to go. Emotionally, this year has been a year of victories.
Over 20 years ago, when I myself was in my 20s, which seems like a lifetime ago, the parent of one of my students gave me a book at the end of the year as a gift. It was generally about life and about raising children. And I think she gave it to me because I had my own young children at home. But I liked the book so much that I ended up using parts of it in my graduation speech the following year for my fifth grade class. In the last couple of years, this book has resurfaced in my thoughts, and I've started thinking about it again. And I realized the reason I'm thinking about this book again is because there is a connection to the past. The connection is that more than ever, I feel like the last 2 years of teaching, I felt like the old days for me, where I was encouraged to look at the child first, decide what the child needed, and then try to get the curriculum to fit the child and not the other way around. In spite of the current state of our public schools where standards, standardized testing, and I guess standardized children, have taken the front seat and monopolized more and more of what we do, Mr. Hill has still explicitly encouraged me to take care of my students as people first, and assured me that the rest would fall into place more naturally and permanently if I did this. So I want to take a moment to again thank Mr. Hill for creating an atmosphere where I can approach teaching like this. It truly makes a big difference for me, and I believe for our children. I want to thank my teammates, Mrs. Strine, Mrs. De Silva, and Mrs. Gutierrez, Ms. Jennings, Ms. Stephanie, for creating a wonderful and supportive team. Although it's been a challenging year with the flood and some other things, it's also been a good year.
Hi, I'm Veronica Keith and I'm in Ms. Strine's 5th grade class. I remember first coming into kindergarten and having to make new friends. Now I'm in 5th grade and I have to say goodbye to all my friends. I also remember in 2nd grade I had a teacher named and Mr. Couch, who had so much faith in me. He helped me design a background for a play and let me write a play. Then he put it on. I had so much fun with everything this year, like gingerbread houses and more. Although I am leaving my school, I'm prepared for middle school. I have computer skills and money skills. I want to thank my parents for supporting me throughout all of my school years. I would like to thank my brother for keeping me on my toes by pranking me. I would also like to thank all my teachers for encouraging me and keeping me going. As Dr. Seuss says, the more you read, the more you know, the more you learn, the more places you'll go. Tak, ja skiję, ja nie fantastycznie. Thank you.